telling you that she's not from Japan. She's blonde. Yeah, I have to be blonde to live in Japan, so people can fucking find me. My name is Spring Day, it's my real name, and you've probably noticed I have a very slight disability. I have a very mild form of cerebral palsy. It's not a big deal. It just means I can't use my right arm or hand very well, and when I walk with a limp because, well, I'm drunk most of the time. I'm not a retard. I'm fucked up. Retard? There's a huge difference between being on and being on. Let me ask you something. If you were me and you raced an old lady for a seat in the priority section of a bus, and you lose, doesn't that prove you need the seat more? So that's why I told the old lady, but she didn't want to listen. I love Japanese people. I love Japanese people because it doesn't matter where I am in the world, if there's a Japanese person nearby, I know that I can ask them to take my picture and they'll be more than happy to do it for me. On top of that, I know they're not going to steal my camera. Because I have a much better one, which I then steal. And if they do steal my camera, they're not Japanese, they're Chinese. And technically it's not stealing, they're just taking back what their child made at school. I used to teach English in Japan, and I actually started teaching English in September 2001. And at the time, they told us to use current events as much as possible in the classroom. So when I taught a group of businessmen reported speech, you know, he answered this, he said that kind of thing. I drew a picture of Osama bin Laden and George Bush up on the board. And I said, what's the question George has for Osama? Now, I'm thinking things like, where are you? What's your problem? You know, stuff like that. But you gotta remember the Japanese are very non-confrontational people. Except for now. But at the time they were, and nobody would say anything for the longest time. And then the one guy that never says anything, slowly raises his hand and goes, do you like Harry Potter? I went to Las Vegas with my dad. Anybody do that before? No, we're not that stupid. I really don't recommend it. Here's the thing, like when Americans, when we travel, we like to dress comfortably. In other words, we look like crap. I made an effort to look nice, and as a result, nobody, not a soul in Las Vegas believed I was my father's daughter. Everybody thought I was his prostitute. And with the limp, I don't even look like the prostitute you want. I look like the one you can afford. It's okay, I've accepted it, you can too. And it drove me nuts, but my dad, he left a couple days before me, and I walked into the front of the hotel to take the shuttle bus back, and as we're waiting for the shuttle, I hear this guy behind me go, would you look at that? It's a real-life hooker. In action. It's a hooker with a shuttle bus drop-off service to boot. Las Vegas is amazing, we gotta come back. I whispered to Dad, I was like, Dad, please say something that'll make these people believe you're my father. You know what he does? When the bus comes, he kisses me on the cheek and goes, well, thanks for everything.